Hello, sir. I'll tell you what. Come on in, come on in. I'll tell you the story about Billy, right, and how my life has changed. Right. So, back in 1837, I was a bit of a bad boy down Taunton, and the judge said to me, he said, "I tell you what," he said, either you can do hard labour, or you can go to the army. So, how hard can the army be? So I thought, okay, we'll go for the army. So he sends me in there. I got quite good, polishing boots and polishing all my brasses and marching up and down. One day my sergeant said to me, he said, "Here, Billy," he said, "what we'll do, we're going to send you to foreign lands." So they packed me off, as well as the rest of the Somerset Light Infantry, into boats. Off to British India we go, right? So we end up in British India. A bit smelly, doesn't remind me of Britain at all. Really hot. So we stay there. Then he said, "Don't get too settled there, Billy. We're going to go all the way up to a place called Jahalabad." Now, Jahalabad, we got to go all the way up the Khyber Pass. And as we go up there, we come across two Sikh troopers in their nice red tunics and pillbox hats. They did look smart. They took us all the way into Jahalabad. And they said, "Right, we're going to spend a couple of months here there, Billy." He says, "Now we're going to send you all the way out to a place called Kabul. But we are going to stop on the way, a place called Ghazni. A great big fortified city with a big door at the front and a big door at the rear. They said it's impenetrable. You just can't get into it." So, what we do, we feign an attack one night at the front gates, which bring all the Afghans forward. And we blow the back gates out. We get in that way. Big fight occurs and everything else, but we take control. We take control of Ghazni. So, the big high chief at the time, who's over in Kabul, decides, well, if they can get into Ghazni, they're going to get into Kabul. So, what they're going to do, he pulls his 100 harem out. 100 women. It's bad enough with one, let alone 100 of them. He takes them off to the hills. Well, we move in. This is 1839 now, and we stay there till 1842, when civil unrest gets really bad. So, we had a spy called Alexander Burns, his name was. Now, we knew he was our spy, and pretty sure they knew that he was our spy as well. So it wasn't a very good one. So they pulled him out and said, "Look, we don't like the way that your men fraternise with our women." And with that, 2 women walk out of his apartment. Well, the crowd went wild. They stoned him dead on his doorstep. Him and a couple of the others that were there. Right, so what they done then is we sent the envoy out. We sent the envoy to the Afghan prince on the outside of the walls. And just before he gets off of his horse, they slash him and they kill him there and then. Well, his body laid outside for ages. So the Afghan prince came in and seen us. He went to my general then. He said, "I'll tell you what," General Elphinston his name was. He said, "I'll tell you what." He said, "You give me your guns, your artillery and your black powder." He said, "and we'll make sure that you get a safe passage back all the way to Jahalabad." Well, that's 80 miles. 80 miles without no conflict. This general thought he was getting a right good deal. So we gave him all our guns, all our artillery and our black powder. 10 miles down the road, we're getting fired upon with our own guns, our own black powder and our own artillery. So, poor Billy here picks up an old musket that was down on the floor, goes off, blinds me, it goes off in my face. Well, 1 minute I'm in the desert, wandering around, next minute I'm taken prisoner. Only one person got all the way back to Jahalabad, and that was the surgeon. He got back and he said, "Well, where's the army?" He says, "I am the army." They didn't like that much, so they sent more troops out, with guns this time, and they picked up 150 men, women and children. Took us back to Jahalabad, took us all the way back to British India, back to Portsmouth. Now they all get on their nice little coaches and everything else, but me and a few of the other guys, we were wandering the roads and everything else, got ourselves back to Somerset. Ended up finding myself getting all the way back to Bristol, catching a ferry, and I've ended myself up here, somewhere in Wales. Well, that's it, that's my story. So I'll tell you what, sir, if you've got a halfpenny you can give me, that would be fantastic. Might be able to get myself a pair of shoes. Halfpenny, sir. Halfpenny.